Hey guys, and welcome to this episode of Two Men, No Hope.
You sound like them bloody old sex ones. Do you remember the ones that were like on Radio 2 back in the day? It used to be like sex advice.
You could do it like, what's the face? Like, hey all you cool cats and kittens. What about, welcome to this episode of Two Men, No Hope, coming to you from the power of the internet. That's Boogie 9 fat ass, whatever his fucking name is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's his thing. Welcome. Brought to you by the power of the internet.
Coming to you over the World Wide Web.
Anyway, by the way, we have started. And welcome. I'm not doing that again, so that's how it started.
That's the start.
Welcome to the next hour, where you can sit back, have a beer, and not have to worry about your problems because you have to listen to everyone else's. I'm Daniel Say, and with me as always is Jamie Mottman.
Hello guys. Hello. I never know what to say there, innit?
Yeah. We have to try a synchronized intro once where I'm like, welcome to, and then you say, Two Men No Hope.
That's so gay, man.
Gotta love it though, ain't you?
Do you know, I saw a meme the other day, that was like, why do women go to therapy but men start podcasts? And I was like, I should have put that as our fucking like slogan.
I still think that's dick money. That should be our
dick money, shut
Can you imagine walking down the street with a t-shirt and it just says, that's that dick money? What does that mean? Yeah, when you're older, you know what that means.
When we were trying to come up with our logo, and we put that as the, the slogan.
Two Men No Hope. That's that dick money.
Trying to take it seriously, and we got that in it.
Well, luckily enough, you pulled it out for us and gave us our new logo. So it looks proper swanky, man.
I need to touch up the size a little bit, I realised.
It looks better with like the white background. You put up a photo with a white background. I was like, yeah, that looks smart. So I might alter it so it's not the black, because you can see like a weird white line at the bottom.
Yeah.
So I'll switch that up. But no, man, it's quality. Hopefully everyone else enjoys the new logo.
Yeah, let us know what you think of it, guys.
It was better than my makeshift one. That was like two. What did I steal it from?
2.5 Men.
2.5 Men. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that did the job. That's our original logo, isn't it?
No yeah. I mean, we had a logo, but this one's much better. Much better.
But yeah, it took us a while to get on the podcast today because Dan had hiccups, and we were discussing ways to get over hiccups. And when I was out with the boys on Friday, I was out with Alex and Michael. Michael got hiccups in the pub, and I told him the advice I gave to you before we started the show, Dan, where take a swig of your beer and then close your nose up, yeah. And him being drunk was telling me that he's drowning, yeah.
Fucking hell. That's what I said to you. I was like, what, am I underwater or something?
Yeah, well, it works for me as soon as, because that stops your breath going totally. And then Alex's advice, to him was to breathe out really heavily. So Michael breathed out really heavily. I was smoking, so I was just like standing watching this bullshit. Yeah, he breathed out really heavily, and all of like the breath was out of his lungs. And then Alex smacked him in the stomach, like
for
really
fuck's sake,
really heavy. To the point, where people in the pub looked, and I was like, "Fucking hell, you've actually properly punched him."
Can you imagine being at fucking Christmas dinner and you're like your fucking granddad or something who's got hiccups? He's like, "Oh, I've seen this cool technique. Let your breath out, and just fucking whack him in the stomach."
Can you imagine just standing around the grave and it just everyone's looking at you from the other side of the grave crying because you fucking caused it? But
ruptured his stomach.
Put it this way, both techniques did not work.
But do you know what did work, Jamie? Mine.
Down a pint of water.
Yeah, drink a pint of water.
That's cheating when you're in the pub though, isn't it?
What, a pint of water?
Yeah.
No, because it's free, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's cheating the alcohol. It's diluting you.
Yeah, but it just means you're not going to wake up with a headache the next morning. You'll still be as drunk as you are. You can do it with a pint if you feel like it's just a liquid, Jamie. If you want to be pedantic about it, you can do it with a pint of vodka. I don't really care.
Like, I like my vodka, but a pint of vodka.
Well, if you want the hiccups, up to you, innit? But when I'm drunk and I hiccup, that's when I'm sick.
Well, no, that's not a good sign for this podcast, is it?
Well, I'm 3 beers down. It's been a long day. But apparently, people like my animal stories. You know, I have a lot of animal stories. I didn't realise that. Because the TikTok, my story about Gizmo and letting the cat in, did really well. And then people love my...
got like nearly 2,000 views now.
My knife fighting spider. People like that as well. I think I'll just start another podcast of my own, Jamie, talking about animals.
Who are you going to play it off? The wall?
People will love it, Jamie. People will love it.
I got a few animal stories as well, Dan. So don't you worry.
Oh, you say that, but your Stella story didn't do that well. Did I put that up? No, the Rottweiler.
The Rottweiler.
The Rottweiler.
Well,
yeah.
I still think that's Stella in it.
I haven't put the Stella video. I think I'll probably put that up tomorrow. I think that's the last one before I put up the new ones for the last episode.
It was confirmed this week as well that Stella is definitely a dog.
Oh, what? They spoke to...
Yeah, Charlotte spoke to the uncle. And Andy is 100% a gay man whose husband lives back in England.
What the fuck would you go on holiday on your own with your dog?
He lives out there, but the husband is like what's it called?
Entrepreneur. Oh.
That's not how you say it.
What, entrepreneur?
What you're saying is right. What I'm saying is wrong. And I think he does like some dog food, isn't it? He does dog food and horse feed or something, and he's like a millionaire for that. They said.
Fucking hell, it's alright for some, isn't it?
So he has to stay in England most of the time for his business.
Fair enough.
Might be too much. Can you imagine I'm giving all this information out about this geezer? You don't even know who I am.
I know, I feel like I'm on holiday, Jamie. I'm just like, try not to listen. But I haven't got any animal stories this week. Oh no, tell a lie. I've got a very infuriating story about Gizmo. Could you take to guess what happens at 5 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday?
What did he do? On a Saturday as well?
On a Saturday morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, I could hear him retching.
Oh,
and I fucking shut up at my bed, and I'm like, where the fuck is that coming from? And he's going, ah, ah. And I'm like, that motherfucker's under my bed, isn't he? And I fucking did that like Home Alone thing where you lean over the side of the bed and you look under the thing. I could see him, and I swear to fuck we were like eye to eye, and he stops for a second and just goes, ah, ah. And I'm like, get out from underneath my fucking bed. And then he's
like getting sick under your bed.
Yeah, and he just threw up all underneath my bed. It was like bits from the garden that he's been eating, and fucking, and like I've got this weird bed that's supposed to look like it's like floating, so I can't get underneath it. I'm too big now. I'm not a child anymore. So I had to take off my mattress. I had to take off all the slats to get inside my bed to clean it all up, and then put it all back together again, mate. I was so fucking, and he knew I was so angry because I didn't see him for hours. And I just fucking closed my door and I went back to bed, and I got back up at fucking 9:30, 10 o'clock. I was so angry. I know I made like red in the face, man. I couldn't fucking believe it. But he was looking at me. He knew what he was doing. He looked me right in the eyes. And that's why I didn't want a cat, but I've got one. Because they're fucking arseholes, I say that much.
Do you know my brother Aaron, yeah? The first time he looked after Rocco by himself, and my mum's got a dog called Buddy. The first time he was looking after both of them by himself, yeah, they chased a pigeon down the garden, and Rocco hurt his leg, yeah, and was limping, and was like making weird noises and limping, and Buddy, he's trying to help Rocco and trying to sort him out, and he turns around, Buddy's getting sick on the kitchen floor, yeah. And then they start arguing over the bone, which they haven't done really since, but they got like a bit aggy with each other over the bone, while one's limping and the other one's throwing up in between like intervals.
I can imagine your brother as well fucking flipping out.
And Aaron just sent me a text going, "I've had enough, man. You're gonna have to come back and sort it out, man. You're gonna have to come and get him." And I'm like, "Well, I'm gone out. I'm in London, mate. I'm not coming home." Do you know what I mean? But Rocco did a very similar thing to me this week. He didn't do anything like getting sick. He sleeps downstairs in his crate, yeah?
Yeah.
At night. Like, during the daytime, I let him out. He has, like, free reign in the house. But at night, if I don't put him in his crate, he will just come upstairs and fucking cause havoc. He'll start pulling all, like, the bedding off the beds and stuff and, like, playing up.
Mm-hmm. So
I decided that I put him in the crate the other day, and I mustn't have closed it properly, and he took until about 3 a.m. to realise. Put it this way, I'm on earlies, isn't it? Well, I'm on doing 6 to 6, so I need my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And about 3 o'clock in the morning, he discovered he could get out the crate, so he bunged the door open, trotted up the stairs. Our bedroom door was shut. He like scratched it and opened it up with the latch.
Fucking hell.
And then we were dead asleep. Like, the house was dead quiet, so I had no idea what was going on. And I was laying there, and he went nose to nose with me and barked into my fucking face. And after a weekend off, that was my like Sunday night into Monday morning, and that was at 3 a.m. And then I went down and chased him, completely naked, chased him down the stairs, and a little bastard. And I was kicking the fucking back legs off of him, and he wouldn't do nothing. And then I thought, right, there's no point in putting him back in the crate. He would just come upstairs and sleep in the bed, because he's only got an hour before we have to go to my mum's. And I went upstairs, and he started barking when he was laying on the bed, and I just screamed in it and got out and just went into the bathroom and fucking had a fucking what is it called? A sulky poo for about half an hour.
I do that all the time. I come home and I have like my noise cancelling headphones, or the ones I'm wearing now. I come home, I put them on, I turn my music up really loud, and then I go and sit on the toilet and I close the door. And then Gizmo's out the fucking side going like meow meow, and I'm like, I can't fucking hear you, and I'm just sitting on a fucking TikTok taking a jobby. That's the only peace I get during the whole fucking time I'm home.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Wow, that's what you get when
they do take over your lives, pets.
They do, yeah. But that's not the only reason why we're talking about animals so much. We actually have an email in which relates, so we're not mental, and you haven't had to sit through 15 minutes of us talking.
I really waffled then as well, didn't I? I really went for it.
No, it was pretty funny. You're right. Oh man, well, every time I burp. Right, so I've had a really bad day at work today. And because I self-sabotage myself, I decided because I've had a shit day, I'm just going to eat wherever I want. So...
Oh, no. What have you eaten? It's like when a dog's got something in their mouth.
Granted as well that I'm also lactose intolerant. I can't have eggs, I can't have pasta. I ate a cheese stuffed crust pizza from Iceland.
Yeah, fucking
3 balls of coconut mochi, which is like rice thing with like ice cream in the middle of it, and a 6-pack of tea cakes, Tunnocks tea cakes. So every time I burp now, I can just taste marshmallow and chocolate.
Oh no. You must be on the verge of shitting yourself at any point.
Well, I'll take a lactose tablet thing that I get from Holland & Barrett, and that should help me out until tomorrow morning, but fuck them, I don't give a fuck. That's what happens when you have a pissed off day, you know what I mean? It's alright for you normies. What am I supposed to eat when I'm lactose intolerant? I'm not eating fucking vegan chocolate. Doesn't make
every time I speak to you, there's all kinds of shit going on. Like we were talking 1 month, and then you were saying, "Oh, I can't have anything gluten." And then the next month it was, "I can't have anything." What's it called? Dairy.
Oh no, I'm fucked.
What was first? Was it the dairy first?
Dairy. I have a slight problem with yeast. I can't have eggs. I can't have pasta because it's Durham wheat or something I can't have. I can't have caffeine.
One was caffeine. He was like, I can't have caffeine. I was like, so what the fuck can you have?
I'm 2 weeks. Actually, I feel better. I'm 2 weeks off caffeine now.
You feel better?
I do feel better, yeah. So,
it is a drug.
Mate, like, my anxiety was going... I still have anxiety, but fucking hell. I tell you what, it's not worth it. If you got ADD or ADHD, don't fucking have caffeine. You know what I mean? It doesn't even make... It makes you tired, for a start. Like, if I had a pot of coffee at home, I'd just go to bed. So it doesn't even do the effect it wanted. It was just a routine of me having a can of Monster or a coffee.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you right now, man, I'm so glad I'm not fucking on it now.
Charlotte is totally convinced I've got ADHD.
Well, get off the fucking caffeine, mate.
Absolutely convinced. I only drink tea, though. I don't really do coffee, innit?
Oh, yeah, I suppose you're right then. Tea's got a little bit, but not enough. Yeah, so we had an email in. I'm reluctant to read it out.
It made my day.
Yeah, I bet it fucking did. I got nothing. I didn't even get a nipple twinge or nothing.
Well, I bet she'll be emailing back.
So it's from Taylor, and it says, "I love you both," which doesn't even take the sting off the next line. I love Jamie's smile and British accent. By the way, I'm British as well. I live in Scotland, but I am British. It makes my vagina twinkle. Twinkle. I've never heard that expression before.
Never.
Twinkle. Tingle.
As I said to you when I saw it, I was imagining a filter on Instagram with a twinkle.
Yeah, no, because when I originally read it, I read tingle, so I was telling everyone tingle, but it's not. It's twinkle.
Like a little star.
Yeah. And it says, if he's ever single, I'm the woman for him. You're going to give her a little smile for her, Jamie. Give you one of your... Give her a blue steel. And then she says on the other note, I recently been dumped by text, and I saw Dan had been through a breakup, so I feel his pain. I did ask her if she wanted us to throw a few... insults at him, but she hasn't got back to me yet.
But dump through text is a pussy hole move anyway.
Well, it depends on the situation, because that's what happened to me on Snapchat. That's what with Hannah, but it's not really a breakup because we weren't really together.
Yeah.
I think if you've been together for a while, even like a month or something like that, yeah, then it's a dick move. Like if you've been dating, like actually together, why don't you just fucking do it to her face?
One of the guys that's quite close friends with me, he done it to a girl and they were going out together for 3 years, isn't it?
That's bullshit, man.
And bullshit. When he did it, and then we all were at a rugby club, like not playing rugby, drinking, and we turned around. She come fucking. I've never seen a woman run so fast in my life, innit? Yeah. She come running into the room like a fucking bat out of hell, and just lamped him in the middle of like.
I don't fucking blame her. I don't blame her at all.
How she knew we were there, I don't know, because that was like an impromptu, oh, let's just stop off here. But fucking she found out, mate. She turned up.
There's always ways to find out. So, yeah, you made Jamie's day. You made me red in the face, but I'll let him have it. He's married. He doesn't get much of anything else, do you, Jamie?
I don't get much attention anymore now I'm married, so I'll take it. I'll definitely take it.
But the point in the email is that she's just got a new pet dog, and she wanted our opinion on names. So she's got top 5, and you'll be able to tell the theme. So she's got Tyson, Bruno, Ali, McGregor, and Lennox, and she wants to know what do you guys think is the best of the 5 and reasons why. I think she's missing one off there. I think a very important one she's missing off there. Paddy.
What, Paddy the Baddie?
Paddy the Baddie. You can't get fucking Paddy the Baddie. That would be my pick. Although I don't like dogs with people names.
Oh yeah, I know a dog called Colin, isn't it?
Yeah, see, I don't like that. Dogs, it's a pet. You know what I mean?
I always think though. Imagine shouting it in the park.
Which is why when I first read that, I thought she wanted 5 names from us.
Mm.
And I was like, one of my top 5 would be Gooch.
Just screaming Gooch.
Yeah. And then you go up and be like, look at the size of my Gooch. Jesus Christ, my Gooch is eating a lot today. It works on so many fucking levels.
That's perfect. That's like you're trolling yourself, isn't it?
Can you imagine going down the park? Oh, what's his name? Gooch. And it's like this old woman that's like, I'm not saying that. That's
my maths teacher was called Mrs. Gooch, isn't it?
That's just unfortunate. Look how hairy my Gooch is. See, it just works. You know what I mean? I think I've hit one on the head there.
I think I need to go and send my Gooch for a trim.
Jesus Christ, there's a lot of shit on my Gooch.
Why is my Gooch rolling in fox shit all the time?
That's it, I'm trading Gizmo in for a dog and I'm calling it Gooch. You're talking to someone and be like, Jesus, I need to go home and lather my Gooch up. It just works. It just works, you know what I mean?
Oh, you wouldn't know what's going on.
I wish my Gooch would stop rubbing across the carpet. But yeah, Paddy. Why is Paddy not on there? He's one of the biggest fighters at the minute. Obviously with Tyson. Which makes me laugh because when we were at Charlotte's birthday, me and your brother Aaron were talking about strong names.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
You called me over.
And we were hammered out of our arse. We were going from A to Z with names that we thought were tough. And he couldn't get off Tyson and I couldn't get off Paddy. And it's come back full circle now because we're talking about it again. And I was like, Tyson, the only reason you think that's tough is because it's Tyson Fury, isn't it?
Well, Mike Tyson was named... Tyson Fury was named after Mike Tyson.
Was he? What's his actual name then? Oh, is that like from birth?
Yeah, from birth, yeah. Well, Tyson isn't his first name. I can't remember what his first name is. I think it's like James or something.
Okay, now.
Tyson's his middle name. He's a gypsy, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. He's fucking everywhere at the minute. I went into Food Warehouse, which is like in Iceland. And he's got his own ice lollies that have got energy drink in them. Like Calippos. And he's also got... I
love a Calippo, man.
Yeah, he's got like energy versions of them with his face on. And he's also got his own line of energy drinks. The cherry was pretty good, actually. Sour cherry.
So he was born Luke Tyson Fury. And then they changed it around when he was a child to Tyson Luke Fury when he started boxing.
How cool is that? Some people just get all the good last names, you know what I mean?
Fury's a good last name, but it is a common gypsy name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. So, which of them 5 then, Jamie? As you're the favourite?
Before I start on the names, yeah. What weirded me out is, was it Taylor said about my Brit accent? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think 4 of that list is British. Frank Bruno's British. I assume we're going Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I would assume, yeah.
McGregor's
Irish.
McGregor's Irish. Ali's the only American, isn't it?
Lennox.
Lennox Lewis is English as well.
She's got a thing for the English people.
She's got a thing for English people.
She's got to be American. No English person likes a British accent, and no Scottish person likes a British accent. Because I've actually been on a date with a girl, and she said, "I can't listen to you anymore." She's like, "I'm really sorry, but I hate your accent."
You just sit there going, "Okay."
No, she texted it afterwards.
Oh, really?
She was like, I can't stand your accent," and I was like, "Fair enough."
Fucking hell, that is savage.
Is what it is. That's what you get from fucking junkies, yeah.
I do know, like in England, it's such a small area, but the amount of accents is mad, and we do really detest certain accents.
I don't really I moved around a lot. Although I'm from Luton, I moved quite a few times when I was because it's just me and my mum. So I have this really fucked up, like
in between the accent.
Yeah, not like any
well, even
sort
in
of...
the time that you've been in Scotland, you picked up a lot of the Scottish words.
Yeah, but even then, I just sound like some arsehole saying Scottish words. And I'm not very good at other accents either, so I'm sort of like fucking limboed, didn't I? Limboed.
At least it's not
really.
Liverpudlian, Dan, because that is the worst accent in the fucking world.
Someone at the airport once was like, "Oh, is that an Australian twang I hear of you?" And I just went, "No." I just like looked her straight in the face. I was like, "I've never been."
You should just go round to everyone and just say you're a Kiwi, innit?
He's like, "Bonza."
Because Kiwis have like really strange accents, so they would never be able to put that down.
Oh, like Waitiki or whatever his fucking name is.
Nah, Kiwis are people from New Zealand, isn't it?
Yeah, he's from New Zealand.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's from New Zealand.
I suppose he's Maori. He could be like the... What is it, Maori?
No, Maori's not New Zealand, is it?
What are the...
Isn't that Hawaiian or something?
What's the traditional New Zealanders called?
I don't know. Google it.
Googling already.
My favourite Aussie thing is... Do you ever remember the TV show Time Gentlemen Please with Al Murray?
Yeah.
The barmaid is Australian, and her partner that she leaves Australia to get away from turns up, and he's like, "Oh, if I could be any more Australian..." No, what does he say? "The only way I could be more Australian is if a can of Foster's and a dingo had sex and I was the baby." And he come out of all these different shit. It's fucking brilliant. He's still looking up New Zealand.
Yeah.
There's Rock. So why are you looking at that, Jamie? Why did you name Rocco?
It is
Rocco?
the Maori.
Is it? I
Yeah.
thought Maori Hawaiian or something.
The Indonesian Polynesian people of the mainland of New Zealand.
Oh, there you
So
go.
Polynesian's another name, man.
Yeah, why did you pick Rocco for the name of your dog?
Well, there was Rocco. There was a few. When we first got Rocco, he was called Milo.
He was what?
He was called Milo.
Oh, what? The owners are called him Milo.
Yeah, like the breeder had a little girl, like a 6-year-old girl, and she got really, because he was the last of the litter. She got really close with him, so they called him Milo, and he was like playing with the little girl all the time and stuff like that. Yeah, so he was Milo originally. Charlotte and Mum went to pick him up. Well, not to pick him up. They went to have a look at him.
Mm-hmm.
I was working, and it was the funniest thing ever because Rocco wanted the milk off his mum, innit? And his mum had to be locked in a cage because she wanted to kill him.
Fucking hell! He wants to suck on that teat.
Because she had enough of him, innit? Because he's been around way longer than a puppy should be around the mum.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's 10 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he was on his 12th, so I think she had well and truly had enough of him.
Yeah.
And so we went to pick him up a couple of weeks later from Essex. We still hadn't named him at that point. And did I tell you about the first time I picked him up? He was about the size of a shoe,
Mm-hmm.
or like a sandal. And the little boy handed me him, and I held him, and he kicked off of me, did a backflip, landed on his belly, and I thought he died. And we just paid like 300 quid for him, and I was like, "Oh fucking hell, man!" Because this was pre-COVID when dogs were a normal price, and that.
Yeah.
And I was like, "He's dead." I was like, "That's it. I've killed the dog, and he's not even in the car yet." Yeah. And then he was okay in the end, but he ran away from me after that for a little while. And then we got him in the car. We had the crate in the back of the car with a little bed sitting there ready for him.
Mm-hmm.
And we know it's going to be a tough journey because it was 2 hours back to the house.
Fucking hell.
And the 2 hours were of Rocco pure just shitting everywhere, all over the back. And I was just like, mother of God.
Yeah.
And then we were coming up with different names in the car while he was crying and shitting everywhere. And I picked Bailey because he was like brown and white.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew a dog called Bailey when I was growing up, and I quite liked it. Charlotte knew a dog that was looks like a hyena and is like an ugly one-eyed piece of shit called Bailey, so she didn't want it. And then Charlotte said Rocky, and I said, well, there's loads of dogs called Rocky, because obviously everyone loves Rocky Balboa, innit?
Yeah.
So then we tried to come up with something different, so we thought we'll go Rocco instead, so that's how we ended up being Rocco. Then we just saw the attitude in him straight away.
I think they take on their names, don't they?
Yeah.
The when you said about Rocco, I always imagined Rocco's Modern Life. Used to love that show, man. He was a kangaroo or so, wasn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. You saying about that when so we got Gizmo, me and my ex got Gizmo from a few villages over.
Yeah.
He only cost us 50 quid. You know what I mean?
Cat's well cheap, man. It's mad.
Yeah, well, he was a ginger. No one fucking wanted him. And
gingers have no soul.
Yeah. So we went to look at him, and even though he's from quite a posh village as well, Anstruther. So we went and picked him up, and when I got there, they were like showing us which one was what. And when I went to pick him up, he made the sound of the gremlin, Gizmo from the Gremlins.
Oh, like...
Yeah. When he was a kid, he made that noise. And I literally looked up at her, and she could see my eyes, and I was like... My eyes went really wide, and I was like... It was like telepathic. I was like, I have to call him it. And she just sort of like cool. Nodded, and I was like, Gizmo.
There you go. That's a cool way of naming the dog.
But then... a cat. But then... We brought like a box with us with like a towel. And... we were on the way back, and it's like an hour's journey on the way back. And like you said, it was coming out fucking both ends, puking and shitting, and so we had to stop.
Yeah, we did as well.
Yeah, we stopped at Pets at Home. I opened the windows because obviously she couldn't leave the car because it fucking reeked in there, and I had to buy everything then and there. I had to buy like the cat litter and like everything in that one go. And then we were like trying to clean him up in the car, and we finally got him home. But oh mate, it's fucking disgusting. It's awful.
It is, yeah. Because when they're young as well, they have no like bowel system, so it's just pure, just putrid crap coming out of them. That's disgusting. Mate,
I don't know what they'd been feeding it either, but fuck it. And he had cat flu as well, and we didn't know. Normally, when a cat has cat flu, they don't. You know, it's 50-50.
Quite serious.
Yeah. So I had 2 weeks off because I had like a little mini nervous breakdown from working at a fucking shithole co-op. And so me and him just like laid on the sofa because I was fucked up, and apparently so was he. And then we took him to the vet, and they were like, "Oh, give him this," but now his eyes are a bit funny because they don't get over it, sort of thing.
Yeah, I remember. The journey back was nerve-wracking for me because I think I driving. I don't know why I was driving. Normally I don't drive. I think it's because we were agreed for Charlotte to sit in the back, but then it didn't work out that way with the crate and all that stuff anyway. But because I dropped him, I thought this is him dying now in the back of the car. So you know how dramatic I get.
You're like, that's it, he's dead.
We got to the flat, and me and my dad had just put down brand new flooring in the flat because we knew we were getting him, and obviously we had carpets. And I was like, we need flooring because the dog is not going to train a dog how to be potty trained in a one-bed flat is difficult when obviously he needs to go outside, and to show him outside you have to go down a flight of stairs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it didn't take a long time for him really because he was quite good with it, but it took like a month or whatever. And as soon as he walks into the flat, shit everywhere. All over the floor, all over the remainder of the flooring that I had to put down. He shat on top of that. I was just like, this is too much. I just remember Charlotte went down to Devon for a week, and I had Rocco by myself for a week.
Yeah.
And that was his first week of being with us, and I just literally did the same thing you did. Sat with the dog.
Yeah.
And we were just sitting there watching TV all day, and then I'd take him out for his little walk, because you're not allowed to let him out straight away, so you have to I could only take him to the bottom green.
Yeah.
and you'd be standing there waiting for him to do his business. He wouldn't do his business, go back to the flat, he'd shit everywhere.
Yeah.
And that would be the end of that, do you know what I mean?
Fucking puppy pads, man. Those fucking things do my head in when mum had hers. But...
They don't stay together, puppy pads, either.
Oh, they're
Everyone
so
says
shit.
they're brilliant.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Rather just not have them. Let him piss on the floor. So I've got into fighting, but I'm not the biggest. They're quite easy names. Like, she's picked some. She ain't picked random ones. And she's not going to let me have Paddy. I don't like... If you're thinking about, like, the way the dog's going to be if you name it, I don't like McGregor. Because he's one crazy pikey. You don't want a dog like that.
He'll be rabbity.
Yeah. And then if Tyson Fury was a addict, wasn't he?
At one point, yeah.
Yeah, like proper bad, and then he brought himself back. So, if you're looking at that respect, the dog's going to be a pain in the arse for the first few years, and then he's going to realise he's a cunt, and then he's going to calm down. Muhammad Ali's pretty good.
Yeah.
He was a pretty solid...
I've heard of the other names being called to a dog. I've never heard one called Ali.
Ali, yeah. It's quite an annoying one, though, if you're yelling at it. I would say Ali.
That is my main thing to think. Just shout it a few times. And if you get sick of it when you're shouting it, that's what I always thought. Because I know a guy that's got a dog called Tinkerbell.
No.
Can you imagine shouting Tinkerbell in the park?
No.
Well, I've been there, and it was pretty bad.
Same with, like, Lennox. How annoying would that be to yell at something?
You'd be like, Fenton! Do you remember Fenton? Lennox!
I'm still sticking with Gooch, but we're not going to have it. Bruno, I think if you called it Bruno, it's going to be Bruno Mars. That's the first one I would think of.
Yeah, a lot of people, especially nowadays, don't know Frank Bruno unless they know fighting.
Yeah. Same with, like Sugar Ray.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It's hard. You stuck to sort of like, you haven't given yourself enough variety. You've stick to purely fighters.
Well, I'm put off by McGregor because my dad calls my dog McGregor all the time because he thinks that he's like a little skinny fighter.
Oh, he does, yeah. He like sits on top of you like he's like top of the world. The easiest one is Tyson, but then I asked for a photo of the dog because, saying to you before we started the thing, when you see the dog you can see it, because if you said, oh, I really like Tyson and it's like a Chihuahua, you're like, nah, that's not gonna work. Tyson's like a bulldog sort of name, same as like Bruno. Like Bruno, you want a fucking dog that's got like shoulders, it's muscles,
boisterous
it's like,
dog.
yeah.
I could always imagine a boxer being a Bruno, like the boxer breed.
Yeah. I think probably Tyson, would be the easiest one for me to like yell. It's not going to be annoying to say.
You'd be like, Tyson!
Yeah.
Fuck okay, Tyson.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think for me, I would go with Tyson. Yeah.
Do you know, I might actually go in with the curveball. I think you've actually talked me round to it with Ali.
See, you say Ali and I say Ali.
See, if I shout Ali, people are going to think I'm racist, Dan.
Well, we already cocked up that person's name in the last episode, so I think they probably consider that already. Like,
Tamil.
Tamil. Oh, fuck knows. But it's because I'm not hardcore English, but I say things as they're spelt. There's no R in that. It's Ali, Ali, Ali.
See, I always go by how the people pronounce it themselves, because I do a lot of fantasy football now as well. With fantasy football, I'm reading the people's names that I don't have any clue. And there's a Turkish player called Gundogan, yeah. And I was reading in it Gundogan for fucking months, and then someone heard me say it aloud, and I was like, "Who the fuck's Gundogan playing for Man City?" I was like, "He's a Turkish player." I said, "He's quite good. He gets me some points." He was like, "Do you mean Gundogan?" I was like,
"That's not how it's spelt."
Exactly, it's spelled Gundogan, bruv.
Yeah.
And then I was like, right, okay. So then after that, I then listened to what they're actually called, and then just call them that, innit?
See, if I ever get confused, I'll just Google it. I'm like, Google, how do you say this?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, imagine like Ali, that's really quite annoying to...
The only thing shouting Ali... I
Ali
know it sounds like I'm a bad owner, but you do shout at your dog.
You shout, yeah, because they can't shout back. Why would you not shout them?
And when they're like halfway across the field chasing a rabbit, you need to get them back.
Yeah, of course. And they do respond. Even though they are arseholes, they do.
Paddy is a good name.
Paddy's a fucking quality name, isn't it? Paddy the Baddie.
I'm assuming they would know who Paddy is because they're very
He's massive now. Yeah, and he's massive now. I say now.
But I thought McGregor was a swerve ball in that list because he's the only non-boxer.
Yeah, exactly. He's UFC, isn't he? What's Paddy is. So they must know who Paddy the Baddie is.
Surely.
And he's all over TikTok.
Yeah,
like, everywhere.
On TikTok, you got to know who he is, to be fair.
Yeah. But no, I'm going to go with Tyson. I'm going to put my cards on Tyson.
I might go Bruno. Well, it depends. You're gonna have to get back to us and tell us what kind of dog it is, because if I say Bruno and it's a Chihuahua, I'll change it. Because I'm thinking Bruno, maybe a boxer, something with a bit about him. Do you know what I mean?
I was going to say we could do it if I just shell out some breeds, but I don't know breeds. Well, okay, so what if it's a Jack Russell like yours?
Jack Russell, I think you could get away with Bruno.
No.
Because of the pure attitude.
No, Bruno's a big boy name.
Big boy. Rocco is a big boy.
He's a tiny boy with a big attitude.
He thinks he's a big boy.
Yeah, you look at him, you wouldn't say Bruno.
Oh, Dan, did I send you that picture the other day? I sent it to everyone else. What Rocco did.
If you didn't, I'd be insulted.
I'm sure I sent it to you. Did I send you a picture of him with a massive feather in his mouth?
No.
Oh, no. Hang on.
I'm going to have to put this in the YouTube video now, aren't I?
Yes. It's quite a good story once I find the picture eventually.
From a distance, it was like, why is there a random feather that isn't attached to him?
He's got it in his mouth, mate.
Did he pull that out of the garden?
I'll tell you what he did. So I was sitting there. Obviously, you know I've got bifold doors, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I can open up the whole cavity. Is that the right word?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds terrible. But the whole doorway, yeah? I'm sitting there watching TV on my day off last week. Charlotte's out. And I'm sitting there just with Rocco. Rocco goes dead quiet. When Rocco goes dead quiet, there's a problem. And what happened was there was a red kite chasing a smaller bird around the garden. And for all the people that don't know what a red kite is, it's like a small, like falcon type bird that it's not small. Like it's got a 1 meter wingspan. It's like it's quite big, but it normally only goes for like dead prey rather than proper prey. But it was going for this small bird. And Rocco decided that he would WWE fucking tag in on this altercation in the garden and grabbed hold of the red kite's wing and shook it like it was a rag doll. And then all I heard, yeah, because I obviously wasn't clocking what was going on. I was engrossed in what was I watching? Umbrella Academy. I was engrossed in Umbrella Academy, yeah, watching that. And I was like, all of a sudden I heard, what, like that, yeah. And I looked over and Rocco's got this fucking bird in his mouth. And he's just shaking it like a fucking lunatic. I was like, Jesus Christ. I got up and started running at him. And he let go of it. And it just fucked off, flew away. And then when Shah got back later that day, even to this day now, I've told loads of people this story, she does not believe me. Even though the feather is there as proof, she does not believe me in it.
Like you've gone out to find the feather and you planted it.
Yeah, which is bigger than Rocco. It's like about the size of him in length, anyway. Fucking mad. See, he could be a Bruno, Dan. He could be a Bruno.
We'll just quick fire it. So pick a name for a Jack Russell.
Tyson.
Yeah, I'll go with that. What about a Rottweiler?
Bruno, definitely.
What about a Poodle?
Poodle. McGregor.
Shih Tzu?
Ollie.
Husky?
Wasn't there 5? Well, that's only 4, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, so we're checking off breeds. So, Husky.
Husky.
Doesn't matter if you use the same name, I'm just shouting out.
Oh, I could just do random names?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Husky. Husky, I would call... what's that fucking wolf called out of Game of Thrones?
No, out of her 5 names.
Oh, right.
We're giving her options, man. We're giving her options.
Husky, I'd go Bruno again, I think.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I don't know, McGregor would be pretty good for a Husky.
Yeah, true.
Labrador.
Labrador's like lovely and fluffy, isn't it? Like...
Lovely? No, they're the Andrix puppies, aren't they?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they were fluffy.
Well, they're not fluffy, but they're like...
Yeah,
cute
shiny.
Animal. Cute, like family dogs, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you could have a Labrador called Tyson.
Yeah, I would say that. Beethoven. Is it called Beethoven?
That's definitely a Bruno. Definitely a Bruno. Just wandering into your house, taking over your settee.
Big fat bastard.
Great Dane would be a Bruno as well.
I was going to say, what's the one? That's the Scooby-Doo, isn't it? Great Dane.
Yeah, tallest dog. Other than the Irish Wolfhound.
I was trying to think, what about... did I say Shih Tzu? I did, didn't I? What about a Chihuahua?
A Chihuahua, I have met a Tyson.
Man, that's a big name for a little dog.
I would probably say McGregor. Because they are aggressive little shits.
They are, yeah. Mouthy little fuckers they are. What about a sausage dog?
Part of fucking Chihuahua. Huh?
What about a sausage dog?
They are. See, they're hard, man.
Yeah.
I think you could get away with an Ollie.
Yeah, I would say that was what I was thinking as well, Ollie.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've given you a few options. I still reckon Tyson out of all of them is probably the best one. It's the easiest one to yell.
It's the well-rounded one, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I'd let you have Gooch.
If you had like a staff, Tyson would be a good name.
Yeah, my future dog's named Gooch, but I'll let you have it if you want it. and Paddy. Paddy's a good one. Paddy's a good name. I like Paddy.
You could even call it Pimlet. You could even call it Pimlet.
Pimlet?
That's his last name.
No, it isn't. It's Gimlet, isn't it? It's a G.
Oh, it's Pimlet. Paddy Pimlet, isn't it?
No, it's G. I'm sure it's a G.
Oh, shit. Okay. Right. Don't listen to me.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. His name's Paddy the Baddie. But yeah, keep us updated. Let us know. Send us a picture. I'll stick it in YouTube. I don't mind. Everyone will have a look. And it'll probably go on our social medias as well. And hope you keep on listening. Tay-Tay. That's how she signed it off.
Tay-Tay.
Tay-Tay.
That makes me feel... Well, I'm not going to say that.
Does it make you twinkle, Jamie?
It makes my willy twinkle like a little star.
Little. You should have said
just imagine shouting at the Gooch, innit? Like, come here, you little fucker. Get up the stairs, Gooch.
It's the fucking best name ever. Best name ever.
Mate.
That's what I like Dom's cat was Twiglet. Fucking greatest fucking name. And no wait, Jim's cat was Twiglet. Dom's cat was Peanut.
Cool
I think
names.
I'd like animals without human names because it makes you feel less like... Because dogs get treated like people, right? They get fed wrong and stuff like that. And I think if you don't associate it with a child, the dog's better off.
Yeah, they are better off, especially lifespan wise as well.
Yeah, exactly. With you not fucking feeding them bacon and...
That's why Prince, which was my childhood dog, he grew up and lived to 19, and it's because mum and dad treated him like he was a proper dog the whole time. Completely different to how I treat Rocco. So,
I treat Gizmo like he fucking eats McDonald's chips and...
Exactly, he gets everything really. He gets more food than me really, that little bastard. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, weird names for dogs. There's a podcast that I listen to, and there's a name for a dog that I really like on that, and it's Socks.
Oh, see stuff like that. It's wicked.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Really strange names. You know what
I
mean?
would never think of that, but that's like now I see that dog on there like live, I'm just like, that's Socks.
Yeah. Like Marmite.
Marmite's quite a cool name.
What's
Socks
the
is a
Australian
Boston Terrier as well, so it'd be quite cool to have Marmite as a Boston Terrier as well.
What's the Marmite for Australians?
Vegemite.
Vegemite, that's it, yeah.
You couldn't call a dog Vegemite.
No, you call it veggie. No, I don't really like that. Vaggie? Vagine?
A twinkly vagine.
Vagine. Right, we're going to move on. I didn't realise that we'd probably get most of an episode out of that, but we did anyway. Thanks for your email again. Don't be a stranger. You know, if you've got anything else you want to ask or anything like that, email again. We're quite happy to have the same person over again. Jamie, you wanted to talk about something.
Yes, I was watching during the weekend the new Netflix documentary called The Most Hated Man on the Internet.
Right. I haven't watched it yet. I know what you're talking about, but I haven't watched it.
It's basically, in the early 2000s, there was a site that come out called... Right, so... The site's called Is Anyone Up? And it's a revenge site. It's
revenge?
No longer... It got closed down in 2012. But it's no longer a thing. It was like it was basically like a porn revenge site. Like, so when you split up with an ex and that you fuck them over or something, they would send your nudes into this site.
Fucking hell. So anyone?
Everyone, yeah. And the guy in charge was like a guy called Tyler Moore, which was like a real like scene. Do you remember Scene Kids back in the day?
Yeah.
He was like part of the Scene Kid culture, and he got away with murder, got away with all kinds of shit. Not physical murder, but got away with all kinds of shit. And then like it turns out they're hacking people. So because they weren't getting at the beginning, they weren't getting enough submissions from normal people.
Mm-hmm.
They were hacking people's email accounts and
a
getting
bit like
the
the
email
fappening.
accounts. Kind of like the fappening, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first fappening, really. And then like this guy was like getting begged by like families to take stuff down because these people were mums and that, and they were like he would just send back LOL in like the messages and shit.
Fucking hell, man.
So it was like a real piece of work. Then he went on to like national TV and decided that he was going to say he's a changed man and he's closed down the company. And then he got outed on there by one of the mums saying that he's not changed, he's just pretending because obviously he's been told to, and all this stuff. Then he went totally off the rails and said he's creating a new thing where he's going to start putting people's addresses up as well. So not only has he got their picture, address, all this while being investigated by the FBI for hacking.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying he's not hacking, but he's going to put their address up. What the fuck? Like, that is case closed, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the most shocking thing that come out of the whole thing for me was this woman, or girl at the time, who did it to herself. She was like a cam girl.
Mm-hmm.
She submitted herself, and they called her Butthole Girl.
Why?
She got famous for putting stuff up her butt on this and putting the pictures up on this fucking site, yeah.
Okay.
And everyone knew Butthole Girl, and everyone knew what she was doing. And then like she would beg this Tyler Moore to take stuff down. And then she was in the interview. She was in the documentary. In the interview, she's like, "Oh, I didn't realise it would have the effect it did on my career." Where she's a porn star. Exactly. And she's like, the effect it had on my career, whatever. I really was infatuated with him, etc., etc. And then like they went into a live chat, and he told her to fist her own arsehole, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like pretending she's not going to do it, pretending she's not going to do it, and then she did it in the live chat, and he screen recorded the whole thing, and put it on there. And even to this day, she's still saying, "Oh, I thought Butthole Girl would really open my like avenues up as a porn star and all this stuff."
Does it not?
Instead, it's just. Well, I think she must have earned enough money to have a living, but I think she was expecting to get famous from it. But instead of paid famous, she got viral famous. And in the early days of the internet, viral famous didn't pay.
No. I'll tell you right now, Jamie, if we ever got big with this, there will be pictures of my penis coming out. There's way too many people out there that have got pictures of my penis that ain't going to come floating up.
That is where I was going with this, because I know how everyone makes jokes about how much we go back to dick all the time, yeah?
Do they?
Yeah, loads of people make jokes about how me and you could be in a serious conversation and then somehow get back to dicks.
Yeah, true.
Penises and sex.
Yeah.
I was going to see whether you have actually sent a dick pic. And
mate.
You would be worried about you getting hacked.
Hacked? No, I'll send it freely. I thought about during lockdown whether doing my OnlyFans, but I was like, no one wants to see a man doing a helicopter every fucking single day, you know what I mean? I was going to call it Meaty Dan. Nah, I don't care, man. It's got to the point it gives a fuck. Everyone's got a fucking OnlyFans now, man. You know what I mean? And I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm a little bit above average. It must be quite a
niche market for men, isn't it?
Men only get really good if they're like banging people. Unless you're like a gay porn star or something like that, like you're better off if you're banging women. That's what people pay for it. You're not going to get too much if you're just playing with yourself. You know what I mean?
So you'd have to be like athletic.
No, you just have to be. I follow a guy. He's not a guy. He's like a producer, and he just basically bangs people in hot tubs, and they're like fit, and he's like massive, like rag and bone man, yeah. And he's just banging these fit women like all the time. They're obviously porn stars, but they're like even in the after the hot tub, they're fucking banging each other. And I'm just thinking, you're a fucking prick. But yeah, no, I'm not that fussed, man. I'm quite happy to get my fucking cock out.
If you had enough money, would you pretend to? Well, not pretend. Would you start up a porn producer business and just start banging all the fucking porn stars?
See, I'm a bit funny like that. Like, because when I was younger, people used to tell me to go into porn because I'm a pervert, and I don't know if I'd like the thought of people watching. Like, I don't mind if they're watching at home, but I don't want like a cameraman and all that. That puts a lot of pressure on me, and I'm not very good with stuff like that.
I thought like OnlyFans, a lot of it would be like home video shit, though, isn't it? Or is it actually
OnlyFans? Is it depends on the There's a couple that what are they called, Alpha Ninja or something, and they do stuff on like Pornhub and that, and all their stuff is like outdoor. I like outdoor stuff. It's risky, but there's like homemade and stuff like that.
The way you said that was so like so cringy.
What? I like risky sex. I quite happily have
like
sex.
Outdoor stuff.
Yeah, I'd like a fucking whipping it out while you're driving along, and she's giving you a fucking.
See, I'm just I can't deal with having to pay for OnlyFans and that.
Yeah, see, I went through a phase though, like during lockdown, where I'm just sort of like
trying to find something new.
Yeah, just having a look. But I found that, like, I'm not saying scams a thing, but there's 3 different types, right? There's not. There's 4. I said there's 4 different types. The first one is the ones that like. They're only there to promote other people, so it'll be like sister and daughter, and it'll be like £5. You pay £5, and then they don't post. You don't even know who this person is. They're literally just promoting other people. So you've just literally given them your money to fuck know who. I don't even know who it is. So I quickly caught onto that, and I don't get tricked into that anymore. So that was another one out the fucking window. You get another one where their Twitter, where you find most of the people, is better than their fucking OnlyFans. Like, you'll see everything on their Twitter and you think, oh mate, if you're seeing all this now, their fucking OnlyFans must be amazing. And it literally, you go on it and it's just them posting the clothed stuff, trying to get you to buy custom content, and you're like, why did I pay for this when you're giving it all up on fucking Twitter? And then you got the two people now have two. So you have like a normal OnlyFans. You have a no pay to view. So I'd rather pay a bit more and have no pay to view stuff. 'Cause it's so fucking annoying.
What's pay to view?
So like, say I made an OnlyFans and you join my OnlyFans, and I'm just like sitting in my boxers all the time. If you want me to take my take my boxers off, you've got to pay me. So it's literally just like lingerie stuff, and then they're like, well, if you want to see more, you've then got to pay more to see it.
So you're essentially like going to a strip club.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Right. But there's a few that I found that are really good that are like between 10 and 20 quid, and it's no PPV, and you see fucking everything. Some of them are fucking blinding. You just got to make sure you're looking at right stuff.
If you pay 20 quid
for a month, you get to see them fucking sticking
just
stuff
for
wherever.
1 month.
Yeah.
More expensive than Netflix.
Well, yeah, I have like a thing. Like if I pay £5, I'm quite happy to look at it once and get my jollies off, and then as the price goes up, I want to be able to do it a bit more. It's gone really weird from like animal names to now me talking about OnlyFans.
Well, it's well to unbeknownst to me. So some people must be listening to this thinking
there's always a way to get more money out of people. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that I don't know. I get it because obviously it's your body.
Yeah. And
no one wants to give it away for free, but I don't like the ones. Like I say, you've got to be careful when you first start out. You get caught out a lot.
On like clickbait type shit.
Yeah, fucking amount of ones that were like, oh, taboo stuff. It's like, oh, this is my daughter and mum. And you're like, oh yeah, it's only £5. I have a look, and then it's just nothing. There's nothing even there. You just think, that's fuck weird, me. Man. Yeah, but you think, how many people have they tricked with that?
Yeah, they get plenty of money. I might start doing that, you know?
Yeah, but I was going to start one actually do, probably.
If I can get £5 a pop, putting recycled porn on fucking OnlyFans, I'll do it.
There's loads of people do it, stuff like, there was one woman I followed that did like naked yoga. I don't know why I love naked yoga. She was really good. But then you get the same person doing naked yoga and it's completely different and crap. So it's really annoying you got to sift through a lot of shit. I've had to take all my cards off it because I was spending quite a lot of money on there. I always tell people I don't have an addictive personality. I have a routine personality. So like,
you definitely,
yeah. So my routine during lockdown, and I'll tell you my routine now, which is different to then because I've now got the podcast. So I would get up in the morning, I'd go on OnlyFans, I'd scroll through the feed, and I'd be like, oh, that's good. I'd check it every time on my break to see if there's any new stuff going up, and then when I'd come home and I'd be bored, I'd pay for some more ones. And that would be my routine for fucking weeks and weeks and weeks. But now I've changed it with the podcast. So I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I check YouTube to see how many views and subscribers we've got. Then I go on Anchor, I check how many people have listened. Then I go on to our thing that tells us if we had any reviews. And then I'll go on Instagram to see how many followers we got. And then I'll get up and I'll go shower.
You've essentially replaced us, Dan.
Yeah, I've
with you replaced OnlyFans with us.
Yeah, with the listeners and the podcast. Yeah, and then I'll do that same routine on my break, on my lunch, and I'll do it when I come home when I'm on the toilet, and I'll do it before I go to bed.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's all right.
Well, it shows commitment. That's the good thing. It shows fucking commitment. But
Anchor's the most annoying though.
Anchor is annoying because it doesn't update.
No. So I'll check it throughout the whole day and it won't have moved. And to me, because I don't relish in like achievements, so if it hasn't moved, I'll beat myself up about it. And then all of a sudden I'll get a message from you going, someone's reviewed it, and I'll be like, oh sweet, and that'll bring me back up. But I tell you, man,
this week's been a busy week for all that type of stuff. We've had quite a lot come in from everywhere. We've had, obviously, I was campaigning over Facebook, getting us some like YouTube help.
YouTube's gone massive at the minute. Yeah, we've got like, I think in the last few days we've got 20 new subscribers,
which is insane.
The new videos on like 60 views.
Which to people sounds, for normal people sounds small fry, but when you think about the fact that it's mainly audio listeners for podcasts, that's a good achievement, especially this early on when we're not famous. If you're famous, you get it like that. Like we were talking about Jack Black the other week.
Yeah.
You get it straight away, do you know what I mean? We've got to build our audience, so it's a bit different.
Yeah, no, it's going. It's slowly but surely. We're still getting people who email in, which is good, and we're getting people that want to play their music. Yeah, and we're starting to get our stars, which I forgot to mention at the beginning.
Yep.
People are actually going on, which is weird. I thought we'd get more from Spotify, but we're actually getting more stars from Apple.
I do know Apple's more popular in America, so if the American listeners are reviewing us, then we very much appreciate it.
Yeah, it definitely helps though, and it makes us feel better as well. But then I was thinking to myself, because I was like, we're getting reviews, but they're just coming through in emails. Yeah, I mean, so we are getting them. It's just it doesn't show up on, so other people can't see it.
I was thinking that earlier today. I was like, is it against like privacy rules if we would like to screenshot and crop it just to the review?
I've done a couple.
You've done it already?
I put up the stars for the Apple.
Oh, okay.
I put up on Twitter. Yeah, if you want to do it from emails, then yeah, I would take off the email name and stuff like that. Just make it so it's just the lines you want them to see.
Yeah.
But it depends. Like if you want to leave a review and say in it, I'm quite happy for you to put it on social media, and then we'll do that as well. That's not.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean that's not a big deal. But I did have something else to do, but it's getting quite late, and we've been talking about porn now, and I don't think what I was going to do. Oh no, we could do one. So if you like this one, we'll oh look, the first one. So I wanted to test our skills of giving advice. So what I've done is I've gone on to The Sun, which is a paper in the UK, trash mag, and I've tracked down our arch nemesis, Dear Diedre.
She's still going.
She is still going, and she's even
Bloody
fucking. Look
hell.
at her little fucking thumbnail she's got going now. Look at them; they're all fancy, like.
I can't believe she's still going.
So there's a couple. So what I thought we would do is we'll do one, and then we might do a whole episode of Dan and Jamie versus Dear Diedre. I'll give you a couple titles, and we'll see which one you want to do. And then what we'll do is we'll discuss what we would tell them, and then we'll find out what she told them.
So people are going to see behind the curtain of our pre-episode discussions about...
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll just flat out discuss it now, and yeah. So we've got one here that says, I fear I'll lose my job after boss caught me watching porn in my work van. Wait, I'll give you three. So that's number one. I'm so desperate to have a baby, I've even considered seducing my stepdad.
Oh God.
Where's the other one that I really liked? Is it this one? Oh no. My mum is a chronic liar, and I'm better off without her, but I can't cut the cord. I thought that was quite a good one because we're both quite close to our mums. So which one would you want to do?
The first one I would say I can answer quickly because I know the policy officially on it. Like companies can't get rid of you for catching you watching porn because you could just turn around and say you're a sex addict.
Well, are we going to go with that one then? Because you're answering the fucking...
Well, yeah, we can go with that. Yeah.
Right.
I like the second one about the incest.
Do you want to do that one instead then? Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that one instead. Don't worry about it. Come back to that. Right, where is it? I'm so desperate to have a baby. I've even considered seducing my stepdad. Right, so she's giving a little story, and then where's the Dear Diedre bit? Oh, fucking hell, there's lots of it. Oh, Deirdre says. Right, it's quite a lot. Oh, no, it's not that. Is it that bad? I'm 19 and he's 41. And my mother is 40. All my friends are having babies. I'm so jealous. Becoming a mum is all I think about. My stepdad is lovely, but my mum has always gone for younger men. Oh, so I'm surprised when she brought him home. He keeps fit, takes an interest in us, and isn't her usual use and abuse type. I'm single, went out with my mates a few weeks ago and ended up in a club where I met a lovely older man. He said he was 35 and we spent the night flirting and dancing together. That's not got to do with your stepdad. I planned to go home with him, but he disappeared before the night ended, so I went home feeling sad and frustrated. Mum had gone to see my nan for the weekend, but letting myself in, I tried to be as quiet as possible as to not wake my stepdad. I discovered... Oh, right, this is going a bit to a fucking porn thing, isn't it? Yeah. I discovered him asleep on the sofa in front of the TV.
Dick out.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, he's got his fucking pants around his ankles.
Or he's got his dick through... Do you know in porn where they put the dick through the pizza box?
He was watching TV with a big box of popcorn.
I thought it was a slice of pepperoni.
He looked gorgeous laying there, all manly and sleepy. I couldn't help myself. I started kissing his neck, then his face, and then I started rubbing him through his trousers. This is porn.
What the fuck is going on here? This is new levels, Deirdre. I don't remember it being like this when I was younger.
No, I don't either. I don't remember reading this in the Sun. He didn't open his eyes, but let me carry on. I could tell he had woken
50
up.
Shades of Grey.
I gave him oral sex, and he loved it, but then he looked horrified when he realised it was me and not my mother. He could barely look at me the next day, but I just grinned at him. Now all I want is him. The other guys I got to know just seemed silly and immature in comparison. If I got pregnant by him, would my mum even need to know it was my stepdad's baby? I reckon I could seduce him again. I don't think he would be able to resist. That was your fault, Jamie. That went a lot, yeah.
That went fucking left, mate. Like,
I don't even think the guy in the van was going to go down that route. So
I'm curious what happened in the van now, to be honest, if that really went that way.
So she'd blown him. I don't know. It doesn't say whether he finished or not. That's not very good storytelling, love. I want to know now. And he seems horrified. Like, I don't think she would be able to seduce him again.
Not if he was genuinely horrified.
Yeah.
But men are dogs. Men are dogs. I say it all the time. Men are dogs. And I do worry about a lot of men's moral compass.
Oh, when it comes to like stepdaughters and things. I love a good taboo porn.
It's not even that. Like, I think some blokes that I think it would only take them 4 pints and they'd fuck anyone, even if they are married and stuff. I know a lot of blokes that are quite... Because I'm very much not that way. So then when I see blokes saying stuff like that around me, it gets me a bit aggy. Do you know what I mean?
Does it, Jamie?
It does.
I'll shut up then.
But there's talk and then there's action, and I think there's a lot of people that are questionable in their moral compass, put it that way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get that.
And she, if that was to be sent into us, first thing I'll say to you, 19 is very young. Yeah. There's no need to even think of babies at 19. At 19, if I had a child, fuck knows where that child would be right now. Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't do it now either, with all the costs of things going up and stuff like that. But then kids are looking at it differently, right? Because if you have a kid, you get a free fucking house. You get all your bills paid for and stuff like that.
Especially a young mum.
Yeah. But she's not doing it for that. She's doing it because she wants to feel the same as her mates. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than the age thing as well, I would say there's plenty of fucking sperm donors out there. There's loads of sperm donors, do you know what I mean? Even if you don't go through the official route, you could still find guys that would be quite happy to sleep with you and have nothing to do with being a father. Do you know what I mean? And everything else that when it started going south, I was just like, you don't blow your stepdad.
Yeah, that shook me a bit. But he clearly thought it was because she wasn't supposed to be home. Mum. Yeah, he did. And even though, like, if that ever came out, she's now ruined that for him and her mum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because that's all he's thinking. He's thinking, holy shit, is she going to fucking tell her?
It's like, there's certain roads you don't go down. Like, if a lot of people are adulterous and, like, want to cheat on their partners and stuff. But there's certain roads you don't go down. And, like, one of them roads is you don't sleep with someone that your mum's sleeping with. Or sleep with someone your dad's sleeping with.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
It is fucked up.
Yeah.
And, like, I know of a situation of people that aren't too close to me that, like, the mum... Yeah, I know of a situation where it's, like, proper fucked up. And it's people that are not too close to me. It's, like, friends of friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I can kind of get away with saying the situation. But it's, like, the mum has been approached by the boyfriend of the daughter. And he sent her videos of him in the shower, fully erect and shit. And
I think I've heard of that.
Have I told you about it before?
That sounds really familiar.
He, like, sent her a couple of videos, and then they have a kid together, and she was, like, looking after the kid. And then the kid, like, was falling asleep in the kitchen or something. And then he come in to take her up to bed, but he come downstairs fully erect, completely naked. Hell. And the mum's just sitting there, like, she don't want to say nothing to the daughter because the daughter's pregnant with another kid.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, she doesn't want to actually fucking deal with his, like, sexual thing. And I just said to, like, my mate, I was like, he is going to end up raping that woman or something. Do you know what I mean? He's like a sexual predator right now.
Yeah.
And he's going, if you're weird enough to go for the mum of your partner, or for this young girl on Dear Diedre to go for the fucking partner of your mum, there's something missing upstairs. You need to go to fucking therapy and that.
Yeah.
Or listen to Two Men No Hope.
We'll be your therapy for you. Yeah, no, I think he's horrified. He doesn't want to do it again. And if she chooses to do it again, she's going down the route that you can't turn back from.
That's like cutting your own family off.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no two ways about it.
No, I wouldn't do it. It was weird you did the beginning bit, but he didn't know it was you, so I wouldn't take that as a, oh, I'm really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, let's see what Deirdre says. You didn't have your stepdad's consent, so this was sexual assault. Fucking hell, she's right in there with that fucking hot poker, isn't she? It doesn't matter if you're male or female, you still need the consent to sex. You're playing with fire, and he could well decide to report you to the police. He isn't interested in you, his reaction said it all, and wanting a baby at 19 where you would most likely end up a single mum is no walk in the park. You have your whole life ahead of you. In time you'll meet someone special and make sure they are also available. Don't cheat. Together you can plan a child and have a more sustainable environment. Do yourself, your mum and your stepdad a favour and don't go near him again. If he mentions it, tell him it was a mistake. You need to apologise at the very least. I think we were pretty accurate on that.
Yeah.
I think we
were pretty much there.
Yeah, along the same lines. Fuck you, Deirdre.
I'll tell you what, Deirdre, yeah? We're coming for your fucking job.
Yeah. She went fucking full on. She just accused that woman of sexual assault.
Yeah, but the problem is, Dan, is she's versed in this situation. She's got lawyers and shit. So she knows.
Yeah.
I wonder if Deirdre is a real person or if it's like multiple people.
Oh, yeah, you know for what it's an office. Well, you're seeing it happen right here and right now on Two Men No Hope. There's no fucking fake Deirdre here.
We ain't got no lawyers.
Nah. Don't say that, Jamie. We have a very, very, very good team of lawyers that we keep in a spare room that we always have on hand. So please don't sue.
Can you imagine if someone lost their job over our advice? I'd feel so bad, man. That's what everyone always says to me. They're like, "What? You're actually giving people like career advice?" I said,
"No, it's more of an opinion. It's not.
It's more of an opinion on their situation." But they were like, "Yeah, but some people just take your advice and go with it." I'm like, "Well, let's hope they don't, because I do my best, but sometimes my opinion is not the best opinion, i.e., throwing a lamp off the side."
Which I still stand by is not my idea, is purely Jamie's.
Well, my mother wants to set light to the house, so
let's not get her on the podcast.
Yeah, that's what birthed me.
Oh, right.
Okay. Again, I'm going to finish with the moral of the story, or the moral of the episode is, Dear Diedre, we're coming after you.
You can suck it.
We are the new people. We're the new kids on the block. We are Marky Mark from the 1990s. Is it even Marky Mark that's in New Kids on the Block? It's not, is it? It's his brother.
I couldn't tell you.
Anyway, we are the new kids on the block. If you want to send us any feedback, any advice, or if you want us to advise you on a thing, or just give you an opinion, send it into twomennnohope@gmail.com, and please keep the ratings going on the podcasting apps, because it's really keeping us going, guys. Yeah. We love a review. I'll pass it over to you, Dan.
Thank you, Jamie, you big bastard. For this week, we've got a new entry. It's a bit different than we normally have. Lately, we've had a lot of like rock and sort of like things like that. This lady likes show tunes and like Disney stuff. She does write her own stuff, but she does covers. But she has a really good voice, so we were quite happy to put her on.
Very strong ballad voice in that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Next Britain's Got Talent, you know what I mean? So we want you to give her a chance. The song that she's given us is one of her favourites, Let Me Be. It's one of her favourite songs that she composed herself, and she said she loves emotional ballads, listening to and singing them. She does have a YouTube where she does a lot of live stuff, which I'll discuss in her bio, so you can see her perform and things like that. Please give her a try. She also has a blog that she's going to feature us in. So if you're not sick of hearing about us, you can also read about us on our website. But so she's given us a bio, and it says she's an accountant by profession, an artist by passion. Marie has been performing a balancing act for years, juggling a full-time job in an international tech company while pursuing her creative dreams. She headlines shows and musicals, sung with bands, performed the Philippine National Anthem for a boxing match, and she even transforms into Disney princesses and all manner of characters. There's a lot of S's. She loves performing for children, the youth, and the young at heart, as she hopes to inspire others to find their voice. She's also a firm believer that the skills one learns from theatre and music can do a lifetime of good, not just on stage but in life, and does her best to pass it along. Hailing from the Philippines, she currently lives in the UK with her husband, where she started to be active in the local theatre and music scene. She continues to write fantasy novels and short stories, and her works have already been published in literary journals, magazines, and whatever that word is. We'll link her website where you can find all those. And like I said, it's a bit different from what we normally play, but give it a chance because her voice is cracking. Look out for her blog, and we hope you enjoy it. Let us know what you think, and thank you again, Marie, for your entry, and hopefully you enjoy this episode.
bitch.